Hey, we live. Coach A will be here momentarily. Uh, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing just fine. Sorry, I gotta look into something really quick. Everybody's piling in. I like to see that. And again, Coach A will be here momentarily. Um, sorry guys, I was ordering something and apparently something got messed up in translation. I'm not sure how or why, but I'll look into it later. So how's everybody doing? I see everybody's here, but I don't see anybody saying anything in the chat yet. Hope everybody can hear me. Everything's good on my end. Let's see. Let me try to put some. Let's talk a little bowling. Let's talk a little bowling. So, all right. So, with that being said, well, I got some news, good and bad, just so you guys know. Let's see. Good news. Good news is we are still bowling. Good news is I got states coming up, well, sectionals and states for the middle school program. And sectionals middle school program coming up for states, and that's both the first 2 weeks of April, and then nationals is the third week of April. So guys, I'm gonna be a little busy. All right, so Jimmy Ward says, yeah, I have a question for you. I was thinking about getting a new ball that's on sale, the Scorpion Strike by Hammer. What is your thoughts? uh Scorpion Strike's pretty good ball. um Pearl gets down the lane, gets around the corner, stores a ton of energy. I mean, Jimmy, I guess the question I would have for you is: are you looking to bowl on the burn or later into a block, or if you're a league bowler, then game three ish? I mean, is that what you're looking for, or is this something that you're looking for to start with? I mean, there's a lot of different ways. And sorry about my voice, guys. Coach is sick. Coach a little sick. Can't catch a break. But you know what? Life goes on. Not to mention, I can't lie to you guys. I'd rather be sick now than be sick for nationals. That would just absolutely not be cool. So, yeah, then in those conditions, I mean, the ball is actually ideal for those conditions, Jimmy. However, without actually seeing your game, it's still a guesstimation, but that's what that ball is built to do, is be used later on when the lanes start to dry up. I mean, because even with the drier lanes, it's still going to store a ton of energy down lane, which means it'll get through the pins the right way. So that, my friend, would be a plus. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good ball. What up, Check? How you doing, bro? Who I missed a call from? No idea who that is. Nah. Hey, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help any way that I possibly can. Um, to help improve games. You know what I mean? And remember, guys, being in the right ball at the right time is the key to bowling. That's the key to being successful. Um, Huge key to being successful. Dude. So for me, later on in the block like that, um, the IQ Tour AI and the IQ Ruby, just to name a couple, they do a pretty good job. What up, Check? Man, I'm good. You working right now? Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You gotta get that money, right? You working, and I'm talking bowling. So, like I was saying, my April's gonna be jam packed. So I hate to admit this, but ball reviews might be a little slow in May. I mean, in April. I'm sorry, but the business will really pick up in May and June and all that stuff. But because all the bowling will be over with. What up, Too Tall? So, guys, if my ball review videos are a little short order for April, again, I apologize. I really do. However, middle school sectionals will be the fifth. Middle school states will be 10th, 11th, 12th. Well, 11th and 12th. Then I'm leaving um, this to go to nationals the weekend after that. So, I mean, boy, oh boy, am I going to be doing a little bit of struggling to. And here's the thing, right? I could be like, you know what, guys? I'm going to let Tayshawn bring you guys all the videos, right? But I got bad news. Sean's going to be with me at middle school sectionals, middle school states, and at nationals. So might be a little slow month for April, and I apologize. Unforeseen issues, but coaching is never an issue. I love it to death, man. I think I love coaching more than I do bowling. Must know it's true. Who is this though? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna see who this is. Yes, hello. Somebody called me from this number. Yes, it's two adults and two kids. Yes. Okay, no problem. If you have any other questions, let me know. All right, thank you. Okay, that was about the youth league. All right, so guys, question: what do you think the strongest ball of 2025 is so far? What do you guys think? I think the strongest ball so far is the Ion Max. Or maybe I just really like that ball. I already got two. I, I'm thinking about getting another one. And I think one of you guys are going to share one with me. Since April's going to be slow, I think that means we need to do more giveaways and do more stuff to have a little more excitement. What do you guys think? I think that that is the way to go. Yeah. So we'll have a little more fun, a little bit of giveaways. Ooh, and I know some of you guys were worried about um, league when it's over, but guess what? When one league over, the next one starts. Haven't really been watching them, but going to say the RST. Yeah, that ball is strong. But tall, you do realize that that ball is more right to left than it is front to back, right? Seriously, it's weird to say, but the RST is more right to left than front to back. Well, for me, that is. But maybe that had a little bit to do with my layout or whatever. But yeah, it definitely it's a little weird. You're gonna get an Ion match before Nationals next year? You mean before 2026 in Reno, Nevada? Is that what you're referencing? When is your team going to Reno this year? I mean, is your team going to Baton Rouge this year, or is it okay? Are you guys going to bowl this year too, or is it going to be something new for you to go next year? So who are you going with next year? You can go with us if you want. I mean, as long as you promise not to step on me since you're 6'7". I mean, you do have an unfair advantage. I mean, you can touch the pins without even. You can just touch the pin standing there. It's a little unfair advantage, isn't it? That's what a short person would say. But yeah, no, tall. If you want to go with us, you can. I'll create a spot for you. Although I must warn you, I hate Reno. I do. I hate Reno. Absolutely, positively hate Reno. I do. I hate Reno with a passion, dude. What up, Revs? Revs, you can go with me too to the Nationals. Listen, check this out. Tall, we can sync up your league team and go. We can sync it all up so we all go at the same time. You know what I'm saying? We could even sync it up so everybody bowl in the same pairs together if we want to. I mean, but Nationals is fun. Nationals itself is fun. I can't stunt. Nationals itself is fun. However, Reno is not cool. I don't know why they picked Reno of all the places in the world. Reno? I'd rather bowl in an alley in New York. Matter of fact, believe it or not, they already sent me stuff for hotels and stuff for Reno. I'm not even playing. When 8 gets on, I'll be able to go upstairs and grab it and stuff. So I'm gonna show y'all. It's crazy, but it's true. I got flyers and stuff for it already. But Revs, if you want to go, man, let's go. Let's go bowl. And don't be like, oh man, I can't bowl or blah blah. Nah, man, it ain't about that. It's about the experience. It's about the experience. One day you're gonna go to nationals and you're gonna match up with the lanes and you're gonna shoot something insane. And other times you're gonna go and well, let's just say don't take it personal. because I know I don't. It's about getting in the right ball at the right time, playing the right shot. If you can do that, you can score. And that's why I think I got my bag picked. I think I got my national bag kind of worked out. Make a YouTube team. Reps? How do you suppose we make a YouTube team? Here, I'm putting the thing in the chat, so if anybody want to pop in, you can. How do you make a YouTube team? Um, oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be a learning experience. You might want to maybe step into the sports shot arena before next year's nationals. But you know what, Tall? If you got people that you're gonna bowl with that you can trust, they can navigate you through it. Does Chad have a channel? Rebs, does Chad have a channel? I mean, don't get it twisted. I'll bowl with anybody. I will bowl with anyone. It's about going and having a good time. I don't know what kind of good time you can have in Reno. I mean, I guess we could always go party it up in Lake Tahoe, but I don't really drink or nothing. So I didn't know Chad was live streaming earlier. I didn't know Chad had a channel. You know what, Tall? That happens more often than not. My league team, last couple of years, none of them knew what I know, except for Drew, the Hall of Famer. Drew is a student of the game. So I mean, you guys ever in league, right? And you watch somebody throw a shot and the ball deflects and almost takes out the 10 pin, but it doesn't. It leaves it a wrap. And they're kicking the ball machine, they're hitting the ball machine, they're cussing, and they're doing all this stuff. And the reality is, the shot they threw wasn't good. The reason why they're doing that isn't because they're nuts. It's because they don't know a good shot from a bad shot. And the person been bowling for 20 years. That's the reality behind it, right? What is my take on a 3-point targeting on a house shot? My point is, oh wait, before I do that, too tall. Have your team go and we go. I'll help you. What is my point on the three targeting system? I think the 3-point targeting system should be used on everything. House shot, sports shot. If you're bowling on a beach, just automatic. See, but you have to understand the concept of it. The concept of three is it's about focus, allowing your eyes to focus. So you should always be using it. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at the pen, so if you want to roll the ball, your break point, you want it to be 5. Well, then you need to be looking at the inside seam of the 10 pin, right? So you look at the inside seam and then you draw it all the way back to what you want your mark to be. So say we're gonna go with 15 right now. So you walk that back to the third arrow, and then you take your 1,000, 1,002, your deep breath, start your approach. Remember, finish your breath first. Absolutely, absolutely. You should. But here's the crazy part: why would you use it on a sport and not use it on a house? You should be that should be part of your pre-shot routine. So it should always be. And the craziest part about the three-point targeting system is the pros use it all the time, and most of them don't even realize that they're doing it. That's just like pros making adjustments. They are in alignment the whole time, and they're aligning themselves without even thinking. It's just automatic. But until you become until you have the reps necessary to be able to make those adjustments and site adjustments fast enough, then you know I would suggest use it as a pre-shot routine, and eventually at some point you won't need to do that. But yes, I would absolutely positively suggest that everybody use it all the time. It's not a it shouldn't be a let's use it when I want to kind of situation. And you know what's crazy? Most coaches don't even know what that is. Most coaches have no idea what a three-step targeting is. I'm starting to learn most coaches are still back in the day coaching the shake your hand and all that other stuff. I guess if it's something that's worked since the 70s and 60s, why not teach it in today's game? But today's about more about power, so I guess that's why there's nobody on tour winning shaking somebody's hand. But anyway, um, I hope I answered your question in regards to 3-point targeting, and I think that it should be maximized all the time. So, sport shot, house shot, all the time. Any other questions? It's an easy night, man. You guys are letting me off the hook easy at night. I'm just chilling. I guess because I'm sick, you guys feel bad for me. Oh man, health issues. Now I'm sick. I stay greasy. But the good news is my spirits are staying high, and I'm still having fun. But I'm super duper excited about middle school states. Believe it or not, I was super excited about nationals until Coach A was like, "There's going to be mosquitoes," and I'm like, "Oh man, oh man." I can only imagine mosquitoes in Baton Rouge probably look like Volkswagens. Volkswagens. That's what it looked like. Volkswagens. Oh man, I must stay up, dude. I ain't work. Being sick is part of life. Um, I don't let much get me down, dude. Not at all. Today I was told something, so we might as well talk about it a little bit. Today I was told that. So where I'm from, I live in Illinois. So one family basically has the whole area monopolized, right? And I was told that one of the guys that own all these places don't like me because I'm not one of his people. So my understanding is, I guess maybe this has something to do with it, but also I'm not one of his quote unquote coaches. Nobody can say anything about my coaching. I mean, I get results, facts, but it's insane. And he's like, yeah, we don't want to sell him in the pro shop. Like, really? That's messed up, man. So I guess if you don't want to sell me the pro shop, I guess I got to become your direct competitor, which I don't think you want them apples. But let's have a little fun. Then would there be a different breakpoint for different types of bowlers, aka strokers, crankers, etc.? Okay, so check this out, right? I'm just gonna call you R because you know R. So let's look at it this way. What up, Jeff? Jeff in the building. So when it comes to breakpoint, right? I don't care cranker, stroker, it doesn't matter. The lane should dictate to you how you're gonna what you're gonna shoot. The lane should dictate to every party where they're gonna shoot. I hope that makes sense. So I have let's use me as an example, right? I can go anywhere from 450 to 500 rev rate wise, depending on what I'm trying to do. When I throw the ball down the lane, my first shot, I'm trying to see how the ball's gonna read coming off the lane, coming off the oil onto the dry. So how is it blending? Where is it turning? And then I can set up my break point from that point. Now, here's the thing: your break point doesn't stay always the same spot. I mean, theoretically, if you're going to be on a house shot and it's your house and you know the lane pretty well, I mean, then maybe yeah, sure, you may be able to get away with it most days. But here's the thing, right? The game of bowling is always changing. So I would say be open to the possibility of moving. And then, but so the bad box is 5, 6, 7. So ideally, that's where I would like to be down lane. However, some days like last Wednesday when I bowled, my box was 10, 11, 12 because that's what the lanes dictated to me. So I would say are allow the lanes to dictate to you as opposed to you trying to force. Now, when you're bowling on a sports pattern as opposed to league, the game changes because the pattern will really dictate to you then what you want to do. I hope that makes sense. And if you need me to elaborate on it more, I'm more than willing to. But remember, a house shot is dry on the outside. So basically, it's tapered down from 7 to 5, and then there's just dry outside, right? So you know if you miss outside, it's going to funnel you back to the pocket. If you miss inside, it's going to hold because of the heavy oil volume. But yes, the break point for different people can be different things, or all three can use the same break point. For example, when we're in league, we have, depending on who we're bowling, everybody can still be using the break point as 6 or 7. So I hope that makes sense to you. My boy Jeff in the building. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, no, I'm going to. Oh, I'm going to. And here's the thing, right? I'm in Illinois, man. I'm from Pennsylvania, where I'm a stone's throw away from West Virginia, and I'm gonna tell you, I used to be like, man, West Virginia's pretty racist, but Illinois is far more egregious. I mean, holy smokes. I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you mad at me because you coach kids and they have no results. I coach kids a couple months and then they smoking everybody, and you want to be mad at me for that? That's come on, man. And here's the thing: I'm volunteering my time. I coach them for free. You know what I'm saying? And yet this is how you feel. Come on, man. That's just bad business. Makes sense. Your breakpoint target might change based on the oil pattern. See, but here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. Your breakpoint can change throughout a night. Throughout a night, your breakpoint can change throughout the evening of bowling. Just keeping it a buck with you. You could be playing 10 to 5. The lanes break down. So 10 to 5 means you're playing in tapered oil. and your break point, you're getting to 5, you're rounding to the pocket. The lanes break down, right? So you have to make a 2-on-1 move. 2-on-1 move don't work. That means 2 with your feet, 1 with your eyes down lane. So that means your target is now 11. You get what I'm saying? So then that's not working. So you make another. So then you make a 3-and-2 move, right? So now all of a sudden your target is 15, right? And your break point has now changed also. You see what I'm saying? So now your break point moved with you. So instead of it being 5, now it's 8. You see what I'm saying? So your break point changes with you. It can change with you throughout the night. Now, depending on the shot, I mean, theoretically, you could leave it if you wanted to, but the angle might become too drastic. What up, Coach A?
What up? Mosquitoes are out in full force again.
Huh?
Mosquitoes are out in full force again.
The mosquitoes?
Yup.
Oh, man. Graham in the building. All right, so Jeff said, Coach, would you rather start as far right as you can on a house shot or start as far left as you can to start? I would like to start as far right as I wait, right with target or right with feet? There's a huge astronomical difference there.
I think they mean right with angle.
No. No, I would not like to start as far right with angle as possible. No, no problem, R. I'm glad I can help. Any other questions you got? Coach A is here too, and he's the more atypical analytical one. So sometimes I answer in roundabout ways, but he's more direct, straight to the point. Um, and he's more scientific too.
Do you call me atypical?
Mm-hmm. I
What does
could
that
call you
even mean?
asshole.
What is atypical?
You know what? We'll get back to that. The question: do I like to start more right? I like my body position. I would like it to be more right, especially with my rev rate. I would love to be, but here's the thing, though. It's hard. It can get tricky for me because of ball speed wise. So A can attest to this. When my feet were slow, being right was just not an option. I mean, it just was not an option. But then playing it in the oil more helped, or do you not think that helped? A
No, I think it absolutely did. I think we need to actually formulate a plan to play deeper and more into the oil for longer.
yeah, yeah. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. But that's because my ball speed was elevated, though.
Uh-huh.
Remember, we moved me back and I sped up my foot, and I was concentrating on keeping my foot speed up.
Uh-huh.
Yo, guys, y'all want to hear something cool? So last week during league, I decided to play end up 10. We just wanted to see what would happen, and everything went great until I had a Freudian brain slip. I forgot how to adjust. Okay, let me rephrase that. I didn't forget how to adjust. I couldn't make up my mind how I wanted to adjust. Does that sound better, eh?
Um, yeah, I guess so.
Because so I know what you guys are thinking. Like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Okay, here's what happened. I couldn't decide if I wanted to a move inside and keep throwing straighter line, just move my eyes and my feet with me left, or if I wanted to shape it. And I was in between that thought for 2 games. Oh, a whole 2 games. I was in between that thought for 2 games. Yeah, I can't even make that up, man. What you got to say about that, eh?
About what?
I said, what do you have to say about that?
About what?
About me being in between my adjustment.
I think it's weird that you forgot how to bowl simply because you were playing a different part of the lane.
I didn't forget how to bowl. I just couldn't decide which way I wanted to go.
Right. You forgot how to bowl.
Well, at least you didn't call me an idiot.
You you didn't coach yourself the way you would coach your kids. And this is the weakness of someone who's a coach who's also trying to bowl themselves. Is they look at themselves differently than they would any other person that they're coaching. If any other person that you were coaching did the things you did, you would instruct them on how to fix the problem. But with you don't look at your game the same way.
You know why you don't look at my game the same? Because I'm in the thick of it.
So that's a challenge you got to overcome.
Yeah, I'm in the thick of it. Yeah, Gramps, so how you doing, man? We ain't seen you in a minute.
What's up, Graham?
Abide by the gram. See, here's the thing. I don't know if moving in was the right answer, and I don't know if shaping it would have been the right answer either. Jeff, this is what I'll tell you. If you got a ball down 9 out of 10, you're not going to keep bowling well. You ever notice when you have a really big series, it's normally you're in the same ball? What do you think about that, eh?
Yeah, typically it's also the bowling ball that is in your bag that's the most forgiving.
Yep. And that's a problem that a lot of people have. They want to jump equipment really, 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 really fast. The first sign of any problems, they bail.
That first 10 pin, we're out.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the first time the ball doesn't get to the pocket. And as opposed to understanding why, it's ball change.
But that's the difference between a league bowler and a professional like Graham. Is that
Me,
we what's that?
I said for me, I change bowling balls as a last resort.
I think if your arsenal is set the right way, you can change balls as opposed to moving if that's the right play. But you also have to have balls then that are going to line up with each other. Now, Graham could probably tell you all about that since his lineup is probably staggered that way because of all the different patterns he sees.
Mine are like that.
Yeah, you try to make similar shapes.
Yeah, mine are like that. I can ball down and ball down into a ball that looks pretty close to similar lines.
Right.
But
I
here's the
think part of
thing,
the problem.
I don't have to.
Right. I think part of the problem with league bowlers oftentimes is their next ball will be just kind of like random. So they'll go from like a phase two to like, I don't know, a Black Widow 2.0 hybrid. So you have balls that make like dramatically different shapes, even though the hybrid is still going to probably get down lane further than the phase two. So it might still do what it's supposed to do because they make different shapes. If that person doesn't understand said shapes, then they're going to get weird ball reactions when making that change, and then they're going to blame the ball for that.
See, what Rev said is the case for most league bowlers. I bring six, I want to use six.
If I bring six, I want to use one.
No, but you see what Rev said. I take six. I want to use six.
Yep.
See, but that's the misconception. I personally don't listen. If you get into the right ball to begin with, you don't need to change. That's like okay. Here's an example. I go to league. Normally, I'll go to league and I'll be like, you know what? It is what it is. Because that's really my philosophy. Because it's practice for me. I'm not there to dominate. I'm not getting an award for it. So I'm just, I'm there to have fun with my boys. Me and a Hall of Famer, we sit back there. If y'all seen us laugh the way we do, y'all be like, y'all like little kids. Because we really have that much fun together. Right? So, with that being said, last week was the first week all year that I took out three balls and tried. I tried four. I tried four balls in practice. Last week was the first week I did that all season. Am I wrong, eh?
I don't think so.
No, it's the first time I did. And I went through just to see which one shape I liked better. And I actually landed on the exponent. And then I had to change my grips out. So I went to the pro shop and start changing grips. League started. I had to throw one shot with the Magic Gym, which was the second closest. And then I used the exponent the rest of the way through. All right. Next, let's see. Even if you have two lefties, listen, I don't care who's on my pair. I don't care. It shouldn't matter. Now, two lefties on the pair together, they might run into some problems because generally there's not two of them.
No, that's a blessing.
Okay, well there you go. Because A's a lefty, so he can help you with that one. A.
Especially if the two lefties know how to work together and they know how to break the lane down together, they could both score really, really well. Or three lefties. Now, if you get three lefties that spray the lane and play different parts, that could be trouble because oftentimes we have to have similar breakpoints. Even if one person's playing up five, one person's trying to play the track around like 12, and one person's, for whatever reason, in further than 15 and swinging it. We still have to get the ball to the same zone down lane, so that often can create a mess.
What up, Red? I have 50-50 luck balling down. By the time I try to
Fifty-fifty.
ball down, the lanes are cliffed, and I'm much better to stay in the same ball. Well, that's a matter of standing in front of and stand in transition. Stand in front of transition. Sorry. Why don't you let the lanes tell you what to do? Move left until you leave that flat 10, and then leave that second flat 10. Then it's time to change. Of course, if you work with Coach A, he'll tell you move to 50.
Throw it with gutter cap. That's where the shot is. That's where the shot is.
Well, look, Jeff, that's your answer right there. You see what Jeff said, eh? Every 700 series I shot this year, I stayed in the same ball and kept moving left.
No surprise.
Right. So you might as well just follow your own words right there, and there you go. I mean, facts over feelings. Yeah, sometimes that happens to us too. Sometimes our center, one shot to the next, the lanes change dramatically. But listen, here's the key, and I'll speak to this even better than me. If you start bowling on a sports shot, you will learn that your transitions, you just you everything that you do in league, everybody's like, oh, it's you got to make a one and one or two and one. Sometimes you got to make a three board move or four board move, especially when you're on a sports shot. Sometimes it's a big move. Sometimes it's six. I mean, sometimes it's seven. It just depends on the situation. But don't be scared to move three. Don't be scared to move four, especially if you feel like you're behind transition. Because if you're behind transition and you move two, it ain't gonna help you.
I
Sorry.
I think the people who are in league who are claiming to make one board moves are crazy.
I do too. I think for sure. What about the people who talk about doing a two board move or three board move?
Three board, I would say okay. And the only reason I think the one board people are crazy is because you're most likely not going to hit the board that you think you're going to hit. Like people that play the boards like that in league, like it's so interesting to watch them because you'll see them throw one shot, right? They're trying to play the track. So they'd be like somewhere around 10, 11, 12. So they'll throw a shot at 12. It'll go to about 9, and let's say it leaves a flat 10. So they're like, okay, I'm going to make a one board move. So they make the one board move, or what they think the one board move is, with their feet and or the target. And then instead of hitting 12, they'll hit 9 at the arrows, and the ball will go to 3, and it'll hit the 3 pin in the face. And then they'll be shocked about it and think there's a ball problem. And that's the issue is you're not accurate enough to make that one board move. So why even try? Why not go for a larger target and give yourself some room for error?
Somebody just asked me what my river it was.
11 billion.
Yeah, I ain't got the gram rev rate, but I try. Watch how your strike. It tells you the move. Oh, oh, yeah, you can chase it. I mean, as it creeps up, move left or right, depending on your hand. Would I recommend hand position change? Only if you know what you're doing. Axis changing your rotation. Yeah, if you know what you're doing. I mean, you can change your rotation, which will get you a little more lit down lane
Wait, hold on.
a little bit.
That's not that's false.
Actually, I can't. My tilt.
Your tilt will create length. The rotation will not.
That's what I meant to say. Tilt. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm old.
True.
Right there, dude. Seriously, you ain't got to agree with me. You could be like, Coach, you really ain't that old.
Why would I ever lie to you?
Facts. And I'm old in dog years, but in human years, I'm in the middle.
In dog years, you're like a stegosaurus.
You know, your ass ain't too far behind me while you're playing.
I know. That's exactly why I can talk.
Yeah, changing your
'Cause
tilt.
I know the experience.
Changing your tilt can get you a little more length. There's a video on it actually that we did before. But it can get you more length. But I would suggest that that's something that you practice put into your arsenal, especially if you're gonna bowl on sports patterns or getting PBA events. It can definitely be helpful. I'll try
Okay,
that league. I've been trying one or two board moves. I'll try three and four next time.
let's expound upon that. So for you, when would you tell these guys is a good time to add access rotation?
For me, axis rotation when I'm getting left.
No, I mean when do you do that? Like what's like walk through the steps of getting to that point.
Let's see. So I'm bowling and I'm moving left. So say at this point,
Nope, rewind. Why are you moving left?
I'm
We want
moving
to
left
start at
as
the
the lanes
beginning.
break down.
How are the lanes breaking down?
The head oil is I'm missing head oil, so I am moving left, chasing more oil.
Keep rewinding.
The only reason that you move left is to chase more head oil.
Why are you chasing the head oil? What happened that's making you do that?
So what happens is your ball actually burns up because it's missing head oil, so it'll read earlier
So
and
what
and,
happened?
and or loses energy, and
So
it
what
won't
happened?
and it won't hook to get to the pocket.
So what's the result of that?
Washouts most of the time.
Okay. So your result is a washout on what you thought was a good shot.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So as I'm chasing the oil left, um, there will be a time where no, not necessarily go Brooklyn average, not necessarily Brooklyn. So here's the misconception: when your ball comes up light or doesn't get to the pocket when you're moving left, when you're bowling, because that means that the head the head oil. If you don't have enough head oil where your ball is sliding, your ball will actually start reading the lane early, which burns up all this energy early, which it doesn't have enough energy to turn around the corner to make that turn. Am I making sense to you? So going Brooklyn, I, I'm going Brooklyn is easy. It's understanding when the head oil is gone, the move that you need to make. Because here's the thing: a lot of people be like, "Oh, well, that's carry down." No, and then if you get a little bit left to where there's head oil, and that ball would then slide, catch friction, and then make the turn left and get you through the pins the correct way. But
I want to
that's
do I want to do a little exercise with everyone in the chat. So everyone in the chat, I want you to type out the definition of carry down and what you think the definition is of the lane stretching. I want to see what everybody thinks of that. Also, I'll be right back. My food is
okay.
arriving.
So check this out, average. I mean, everybody do what Coach A said, please. So your move is still going left, still playing up 10. You can make a 3-2 move. So then now you're throwing 13 to 12 and it'll get you to the same spot. It'll get you to the pocket. You just got to keep chasing the oil. So when there's hardly any oil on your ball, is that a sign you need to move left? Wait, that's a sign you should have been moved left. That's a sign you should have already had moved left. See, this is where there's a vast difference between pros and how league bowlers. League bowlers are not understanding. Like when your ball doesn't round the corner and it's coming up light or not getting to the pocket, that is a direct result of no head oil. So it's burning up early. Do you guys understand that? So a ball that retains energy going down lane has a lot of back end. A ball that has no back end is burning up early. Hence, Ion Max for me. If I throw the Ion Max, the 3.5-inch pen in league, and it's not in oil, oh man, that thing won't do anything because everything burns up early. Well, here's the thing: you can't be afraid. You just can't be afraid. Make sure you have your angles closed off, which means your hips, and roll the ball. You'll be fine. You'll be fine because here's what you got to understand, average. On a house shot, all the oil is in the middle. So as you move left with your feet and you moving your targets left, so you're moving into heavy oil. Heavy oil creates hold. Hold on, Mike. Didn't you have a question up there? Question. There it is. Question. When I do the yo-yo release, my ball speed drops 1 to 2 miles an hour. Do you know why your ball speed dropping 1 to 2 miles an hour, Mike? Because your ball is not fitted and it's falling off your hand, so you're not getting through it. Remember what we told you before? Fit is the most important thing ever. So you should be releasing the ball in front of you, not behind you. And I promise you that if you sent me a video of it, it would show exactly what I'm telling you right now. Hey, let me know when you're back.
I'm here.
All
What do
right.
we got?
So here's averages. No, that ain't it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Carry down. You see that?
No, I can't see your screen. It's so small on my screen.
Carry down, I believe, is when the oil is taken to the end of the lane, causing slide on the back end. That's average. Michael
Okay.
says when bowling ball picks up oil from the front of the lane and carry it down further, creating a longer, slicker lane condition. And them are the only two that actually replied. Everybody else did nothing.
Okay. Now, my follow-up question is what causes that to happen?
What causes the ball to carry oil down the lane?
Uh-huh.
And you want them to put that in the chat?
Yep.
All right, guys, you heard the man. Put in the chat. What causes the ball? What causes the oil to get down? What causes? Never mind. I don't know. Hey, you can tell them.
What causes carry down? Why does it happen?
I have heard urethane and plastic balls carry oil down the lane. They don't absorb. Well, I can tell you that every ball that you roll down the lane carries oil down the lane. Ball push oil down lane. That's from Red. And Everett said I heard that urethane and plastic carry balls down the lane. Usual irk.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
That's some alien language. One of you is absolutely correct. Only one. Let's see if anybody else can say it.
Repeated ball passes. I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Does a bowling ball only push oil down the lane? Answer that question.
What does that question mean?
Does does a bowling ball only push oil straight down the lane?
What what do you mean by straight down the lane?
Does okay, so you roll a ball. It only take oil down the lane, or does it push it from left to right, right to left, both ways, and take it down lane?
Are you asking me or are you asking them?
I'm asking them.
Okay.
Don't carry down cause the back end tighter.
It does, yes.
No. Can push oil to the sides, I think. LOL.
Interesting answers.
What'd you say?
I said interesting answers. That's all we got.
Yep.
So there's 10 people in here and only 2 people want to take a stab at this.
Yeah, I guess everybody else is sitting there like, man, look.
Come on, y'all.
Come on, y'all.
Nobody's gonna make fun of you. You get it wrong. But I want to see. I want to see what your guys' understanding of the lanes are. I'll give you a clue if you want to piggyback. One person got the right answer. Pretty new to bowling, still learning. That's awesome. I've been bowling for 30 years and I'm still learning.
And yeah, we all still learning, and somebody who ain't learning anymore shouldn't be bowling. And that I'm gonna tell you is a fact.
You're either going forwards or backwards. Come on, y'all. Come on. Where's Graham? Graham should know the answer to this. Graham, are you still in here?
I'm not sure. What you got to say, Big Mike? When oil settles, it should adhere to the lane, but I tend to think balls make grooves on the way down. Seems like one step forward, two steps back sometimes. That's for everybody.
Seems like I take one step forward and 2 steps back. That's part of the learning process, Joe. Or wait, Yate? Is your name Yate or Joe? No, it's Yate. I can't read. I'm old, so I'm mostly blind. But that's okay because I bowled with a guy who was legally blind back in the day, and he averaged 190s. So no excuse. Wasn't that a song from the 80s? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Chris says throw the black ball.
Lord only knows with Chris.
Black
Um.
ball.
All right. So answer that question, eh? Go ahead, man.
All right. So whoever said it's caused by plastic and urethane, you are correct. So what we see typically on a league night is not carry down
Nope.
unless there's an abundance of plastic and or urethane going down the lane, which typically in league there's not. There might be 1 or 2 people throwing urethane. There might be 1 or 2 people on each team throwing a plastic ball at spares. Typically, that's not enough to cause that much. But what you're actually seeing is the lane is stretching. So bowling balls don't pick up oil and absorb oil, but they also don't pick up oil and carry oil. We're talking about reactive balls. They absorb some of it, But what happens is the ball is going to track the whole way down the lane. That includes once it gets to the back of the pattern. But when it gets to the back of the pattern, what it's actually doing is pushing the oil that's on the edge of the back of the pattern to elongate the pattern itself. So if your house shot is, say, 41 feet, a bunch of resin balls go down the lane. Now it can actually play like it's 43 feet. So it's going to hook more at your feet because the ball's picked up the oil in the first 20 feet of the lanes or around the arrows, but has also pushed the oil, not carried it, but pushed the oil and stretched the pattern out at the back. Well, there's Graham. So
Yeah, he was catching up on the Lakers game.
whoever said urethane and plastic, you're right on the money.
Now answer the question, A. Does oil only go right to left?
Does oil only go right to left?
I mean, does oil only go forward with the ball, or does it can it be pushed right
No, it goes
everywhere? Right,
it
left.
goes it goes wherever the ball goes. So if the ball's not going in a straight, well, the ball's always going technically in a straight line, but if the ball is not going directly parallel with the lane, then it's going to just travel wherever the ball goes.
So, with that being said, though, when most of the time when y'all ball ain't hooking, though, it's a product of the head oil being displaced. Hey, what are some warning signs that somebody can see that tells you that the head oil is gone or exiting,
When you throw what you think is a good shot and your ball doesn't hook,
and it doesn't hook because,
it's burned all its energy in the front part of the lane.
and by moving a three board or two board or however many boards we're gonna move into the oil, what does that allow?
It's getting fresh oil on the ball, so it's able to get through or scoot through the early part of the lane to conserve its energy for the back.
Which is called what exactly?
Transition?
No, the ball sliding through the front part of the lane is called the what? What phase?
Oh, you talking about the three phases of ball motion?
Well, yeah, well, I didn't ask for the three, I asked for just the one.
Oh, that would be the skid.
So, guys, that would be the skid phase. Skid phase. That's right, Chris. Oil on ball conserves energy and skid phase. That is right. Now, if you was to move three boards left and the ball still doesn't get to the pocket, what would that mean, eh?
So what? Okay, you have to be very specific in a scenario
Okay,
like that.
so here's a scenario. You're playing 10 to 8, right?
Okay.
And you throw 10 to 8, you're like out of your hand, you're like fantastic. But then the ball doesn't get there. So then you move 12 and you're throwing 11 now. And the ball does the same thing. What does that mean?
What was my pin count from 10?
Let's just say you hit the 3 pin. So you left 1, 2, 4.
So wait, my ball went runaway Brooklyn.
No, it just no. Yeah. You left. No, you hit the 3, 6, 10, and you left The
So I
one
hit the
two
three.
four.
So I hit the three pin in the face.
Yes,
And what happened on the frame prior to that?
it was a three pin on the right side.
So I threw the ball over 10, and it went to 8, which was my target down lane, and it hit the three pin in the face. So the ball didn't stand up.
Okay, so it hit the three pin on the right side, right of the middle of the three pin on the first one, and then when you made the two board adjustment, it hit it head on.
So neither one touched the head pin.
No,
So I shouldn't be moving left. I should be moving right. I don't need more oil. I need my ball to read the lanes.
and that's what we trying to help people understand.
Now, if the shot prior to that, and not when I say prior, I mean in the prior frame on that lane only was 10-8 and it struck, now you have a pretty big change. So now you might want to consider moving left. You could also move left and go into a stronger ball, something that's going to be earlier but slower and not so quick to respond to the friction, and that would help too. That'll give you a smoother, rounder reaction to control the cliff.
Which brings us to another point. It is okay to ball up when going left.
Hmm.
So for all of you who are like, I got to ball down to go left. No, you can ball up to go left, and sometimes that is your best option.
Yeah, like if you start the night with a phase two, but you have a hyperdrive in your bag, when the phase two starts pooping out, you can move left and throw that hyperdrive, and because it has more core to it, but and also it's a stronger cover, it's going to roll earlier, but it's also going to shape more. And that's what you need when you move left. You need more shape.
Yeah. See, and that's
But you
something
also
for all
need something that's going to hook
you
in
new
your oil.
bowlers. For all you new bowlers, going left is an option, and balling up is also an option. What ball up? It means, Red, that you can get into a stronger ball.
Yeah, instead of going to a cleaner option, you can go to something that's actually stronger.
Yeah, instead of going weaker, you go stronger. Sometimes when you go left, something that's too clean is bad.
Yeah, too quick. Quick often will give you over under, and we don't want that.
Okay, so Adler, you say on the fresh, you go to your strongest ball. Here's a problem with that. If you're gonna play up 10, right? Maybe your strongest ball isn't getting through the pins the way you might need it to. So maybe the step down from it is actually better. Like I said before, last week I tried four balls. I actually used the cleanest one when I bowled. So my three other balls were all stronger. That's am I right, A? Both ions and what else did I use?
this
The
this
lethal venom.
scenario this scenario is where it's really good to have a quote benchmark ball, which is usually like in the middle of your bag, but that ball will tell you when it's time to ball up or when it's time to ball down.
Yep. And here's what's funny. With A saying that, last week I tried the magic gem, the ion lethal venom, and then the exponent. And the exponent had the best shape.
Right.
And it's funny because the exponent is my benchmark. So from there, I could have went down or up, and it would have told me. But But here's the thing: when I went in the league, I didn't have a preconceived notion. I was like, okay, well, I'll throw them all in practice, and that'll tell me what I want to see. And this week, when I go to league, I'm gonna do the same thing on Wednesday. I'll throw all of them, and whichever one gives me the best look is the one I'll use, and I'll
What do
adjust
you
and stay in it.
what do you do in that scenario if you have two balls that look really good?
You mean like last week?
Did they look? Did they both look really good last week?
Oh yeah, the exponent and the magic gym. Sure enough, both of them did. Yep.
So what made the final decision to go to the exponent?
The exponent read about a foot and a half later, which put me in that mixer range. And I was like, okay, well, if we can start in this range, then it gives me a little more time to use it. So that was it for me. But that's what I wanted. That's what I was looking for.
Currently on what? Oh, I have an XL in phase two on the fresh phase two. Basically goes. You need surface. You need to refresh the surface.
I don't know if average knows what that means.
Take it to the pro shop and tell them you want to refresh the surface. Wait, average. Okay, I gotta ask a couple questions because you said that. One is how old is your phase two? Two, what is your speed and rev rate,
I don't
and
think
where
he
do you
knows
plan
them
them?
either. He's new to bowling, so I don't know if he knows that stuff.
Because if your phase two is going straight, that's very odd.
But it could be a number of things, though. It can be how it was drilled. It can be his hand position, what position his hands in. He could be straight behind it. I mean, there's a lot of different probabilities. Average, how long you been bowling? I mean, unless we seen him, we wouldn't necessarily know. I keep the XL surface to phase two. Is lane shine? Well, apparently he knows something. I mean, Chris is a pro shop operator, so he's right. It could be drill bad too. Do you know your pin and pap and the layout that's on it?
Aha. There's the answer. Holy cow, bro.
18 to 20 mile an hour with a 250 to 270 rev rate. Holy smokes.
So translation, 16 to 19 miles an hour, and his rev rate is probably about 180. So you're a rocket.
Yeah.
That is why the phase two is going straight, my friend.
You
You're
know
just
there's a
throwing a
way
rocket.
around that though.
What?
Be way right. I mean, he bowling league, so be way right. Throw that sucker in friction. It'll hook.
Or you mean try to play like a Josh kind of game?
Yeah, let him. Yeah, line up with your feet on 12 and roll it straight up five, right into that friction. It'll start hooking right away. But with your speed, it might roll you right to the pocket. That would be my thought. 18 and 20 mile an hour, dude. I don't even drive that fast.
True.
I thought I was doing something hitting 16.5. This dude talking about 18 to 20 mile an hour.
He's a rocket man. See those a lot in league, especially with newer bowlers. Thinking of going to a 15. There's no reason to go to a 15.
It ain't gonna help you with your ball speed, bro. Sorry. You might need a 20 pounder, which is illegal. I'll tell you what. If you learn how to get under the ball, put your hand in it,
Do
it's
you have
slow
any
down.
do you have any videos, average? Do you ever record yourself, or has anyone recorded you?
Yup, we get you underneath the ball, it'll slow it down. It may only slow it down a mile per hour or one and a half, but it'll slow it down. It would climb your rev rate and drop your speed. But I mean, one and a half mile an hour, that may be all you need to get you in the 300s too.
You have a few videos. Can you drop them in the Discord? Are you
Can
in the Discord?
somebody drop the Discord link in the chat? Oh, I know you have a hard time getting under it.
Yeah, yeah.
We know. That's
It's
why I said,
university, 18 miles an hour. I know that.
yeah,
You said the ball goes straight.
that's why I said to you, if we could get you underneath the ball, which means bending the elbow, getting underneath it, clearing it thumb first, we could drop that mile per hour and raise your rev rate, which would get you shaping the ball. Oh yeah, you look like a different guy.
What we want to do is we want to reverse your speed and your rev rate. So, assuming your rev rate's actually 270, which I think it's probably much lower, right? What we want to do is take your speed from 18 down to about 16. And if you get your hand in the right spot, that'll increase your rev rate from 270 to like 370 or even higher.
Yes, sir.
And then all
Um,
just getting your hand in the right spot.
yeah, he ain't lying, and it will actually do that too. Think, think. Yeah, can somebody put the Discord in the chat? Come on now, everybody don't drop the link at once. Help a brother out.
Right? I don't think I can access the chat from in here.
Oh Jesus,
10-pin toolkit. Oh, you mean okay? So you measured using 10-pin toolkit?
that thing
Do
is
they have a
boring.
rev rate? Do they have a rev rate tester in there? I didn't even know that was a
It
thing.
does, and I did that one time, and it said my rev rate was 620.
Nice.
No, it
It's
ain't
using the
nice.
metric
That's a
system.
lie. We listen. Hey, we know that's a lie.
It's using the metric system.
It using something system. It ain't no 620. I can promise you that. Oh, I can promise you that. It ain't no 620. If it
Unless
looked at
you
Mike,
changed your name to Robert Smith.
if it looked at Mikey's or EJ's, it probably say theirs is like 2200.
Right.
See, I used to be on a grind trying to get to 500, but I don't need it. I just need to be accurate at 470 to 490. Yeah, 470 to 490. That's all I need to do. No, coach ain't in the 600s. That 10 pin toolkit is a joke. It's good for a lot of things, but your reps
Graham,
is not it.
Graham, drop your video in the Discord so we can show average what it's going to look like when his rev rate goes up.
Yeah, Stephanie dropped her videos, dog. She said, Graham, how about them apples?
Bonus if it's footage from a regional. That would be killer to see. Anybody gonna drop this link? No? Y'all gonna make me do it? You know. Let's see. I always forget how to do the share part. It's over here, maybe? No. Let's see. Go here. Bad Bolins. Notifications. Pin message. Member list.
Thanks, Red. I appreciate you dropping the link, bro.
Oh, you did?
Um,
Okay, good. Good stuff.
But the rotation is different. So you the intent pin toolkit, they even have the rotation to where it's a spot that you put your tape from your PAP, and then you take a picture of it, and it'll tell you what your rotation is. So the easiest way
Oh,
to
I used
figure,
that one before.
huh?
I used that one before.
Oh, I know you have. We did it together before, remember?
Yeah.
But the easiest way is use Specto. I mean, it's the easiest way.
Yeah, not everyone has Specto.
When I go down to Florida to kick A's ass, we're gonna use Specto. Graham said he'll definitely get a video when he get back home. He ain't bowled in 3 weeks. So again, Red and everybody else, listen. Ball reviews will be slow, almost non-existent in April because the I can only record on weekends because my schedule. Well, I might be
Your
able to sneak in
weekends are
there
going to
one of
be
these
tied
days.
up.
What?
And your weekends are going to be tied up.
Yeah, weekends are tied up. Two at states and then the weekend at nationals and stuff. So I'm gonna do the best I can. I apologize. However, we're still gonna be doing league, and then we're gonna pick some winner chicken dinners, baby. Ooh, and I might go live from when I'm strolling around New Orleans. So I might get mugged or jacked or something, live on camera.
You,
That'd be fun.
you should do a ball review for nationals. That would be fun.
A ball review from nationals.
Yeah.
How am I going?
Don't you get a practice session or something like that?
If I book one, I wasn't planning on it.
Oh,
I plan on going to nationals and bowl cold turkey. No, listen, I'm injured enough, right? I was planning on going in bowling. No bowler's journal, no practice. The only practice I'm gonna get is when I'm on the lanes.
you're going in cold.
Huh?
You're going in cold.
Yep. I'm going in cold turkey.
Yikes.
Did you say yikes?
Yep.
Why?
That's risky.
Why? Ain't no more risky than it
Because
already is.
yeah, it's absolutely is because you're going in cold. You're not going to be warmed up. You're not going to have your body loose by the time it's time to actually go into competition. That's risky.
Practice session, I will be fine. I get practice shots just like league. It's practice.
Right.
Allen Iverson, practice, practice. Hey, you talking about practice? Practice? Really? You talking about practice? So, all right. If I bowl in the bowler's journal, it'll be the day before at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. or whatever.
Right.
That ain't gonna have me loose for the next day.
No, that's why you book a practice session. Plus, that'll give you an idea of what the lanes are doing.
The practice session is also the day before.
Right. But that will tell you what the lanes are doing.
I already know what the lanes are doing
How?
because everybody told me.
Okay.
Listen, all I need is 2 shots per lane, and I'm good to go. 2 shots per lane. No excuses need to be made. 2 shots per lane. You know what I'm saying? Eh?
If you say so.
You didn't hear that, did you?
You're what?
All right, cool. I had to yell, man. My kid upstairs. I don't know what he doing.
Um,
I know what he ain't doing. That's what he's supposed to be doing. How's that, Mapples? Dude. I mean, it'd be just like league. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
Practice is harder though because it's 10 people trying to get shots per lane. You feel me?
Hmm.
And it's only 5 minute, a 10 minute window. Yeah, it's posted on the channel. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Wait, is that the right one? All right, there we go. I will have the link to be in the Discord in 2 seconds. 2 more minutes. 2 minutes. 2 more minutes. Okay, that was dumb. Wait, that ain't it. Where the hell is this thing? 2 more minutes. What the freak? Um,
Technical problems.
you know what, I don't like you.
That's okay.
What is this? Hey, I'm having a lot of technical problems, bro. One more
Really,
minute.
is it really that hard to put a link on the
Shut
channel?
up, hey. So my son's on spring break, but somehow he managed to use $8 today for his school lunch. Explain
That's
that one.
interesting.
Oh yeah, you told me about that coaching session before. I remember that. All right, so I put it in the chat right there. 2 more minutes, and I think I'm gonna jump off here too. I'm gonna go eat. Being sick ain't no joke. That's why I don't complain about it. But I hope everybody that watches the broadcast after the fact learns some things. I hope everybody on here learns some things, like averaging you guys, because that's what the goal is for us to educate y'all, help you get better. Because if y'all get better, y'all help the next person, and we grow the sport. And it's important to get the right information out there because I don't feel like we get enough out there. How about you, A?
I agree.
League bowlers are the worst. I mean, they mean they got great hearts and they mean a lot, and they got the best intentions, but they're so good at filtering bad information. Oh my goodness. Tell me I'm wrong, eh? League bowlers give so much bad information.
You're not wrong.
All right, guys. So till the next time, and make sure you're tuning in on Wednesday because we'll be live. And make sure you also tune in Friday because the Breakpoint will be back. And we'll be back better than ever. Maybe I won't be sick and I'll be on longer. And maybe Coach A will get a personality. All right,
Maybe
I'll
Coach
take.
A will get his youth back.
Maybe I'll get what?
Maybe you'll get your youth back.
I'm not ever getting my youth back, A. I'm not ever getting that one back.
Exactly.
You know what, man? I thought we was friends, cuz.
We are. And that's why we can say these things to each other,
Hey, look.
and there's less violence.
Hey, so listen, the old and the no personality. Yo, you know who it reminds me of? The Grumpy Old Men. Remember that movie?
Uh huh.
That's us. That's us.
I mean, we got a little ways until we get to that point, but
Hey, not the
yeah,
way our bodies are, dog. We probably pretty goddamn close.
fair.
Hey, you know what my favorite part of that movie was? I'll say this and then I'm getting off. My favorite part of that movie was the old dude was at the restaurant with that lady and he was like, you ever been to one of them? He said something about one of them islands. He was like, I don't want to lay you. I was like, that old dude got game. Awesome.
The OGs.
Man. Hey, them dudes was pimps in that movie, wasn't they?
Yep.
Pimp by blood.
Walter
And for all
Matthau.
of you guys too young to know what we're talking about, watch the movie.
Yeah, that's one I think any generation can enjoy.
Oh yeah, that movie's special. But I know what we're not doing. We're never having another watch party for another bowling movie again ever.
Just because we saw one that was terrible doesn't mean you should can the idea of a watch party.
Dude, it was the most racist movie I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, it was a terrible film, but that doesn't mean you have to can the watch party. It's not the watch party's fault that the movie was like that. Like if we did a
Maybe
watch
you're right.
party and watched Kingsman, it wouldn't be anything like that.
Listen, that was blatantly bad. I'm
It
surprised we
was,
didn't
yeah.
get banned.
Well, that's because no, we didn't get banned because we weren't actually watching it. Like
No,
the
we
movie
got banned.
wasn't.
We should have got banned for promoting it to our bowlers to watch it. And the bad part is we all paid for it.
I didn't promote anything. I said it was bad from the beginning.
Did you hear me? But we all paid for it.
Yeah, that part's pretty sad.
We
There's
paid to
people
watch
there.
the worst movie in history. And it was the worst. Not even close. All right, with that being said, I'm Coach C.
I'm Coach A.
He's Coach A. And this is Bad Bad Bowling, the Breakpoint. Thanks for tuning in,
Come
and
on
we'll
now.
catch you on Friday, but make sure you're tuning in for the live on Wednesday. Later, guys.
Have a great night. Hang out in the Discord.
Yep, hang out in Discord. We'll respond to that.